Bitcoin, all right, the dollar's not a safe haven right now. The treasury market's not a safe haven. Is Bitcoin somewhat acting like a safe haven?
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Gareth Soloway sees Bitcoin possibly dropping to 71K. We'll break down his shocking price analysis, current market outlook, and future strategies. Let's watch him to learn more now.
Bitcoin is fractionally green on the day. It did retest the recent lows right here. It is still holding up overall. But again, right here, we're seeing major support down here. Overall, I've been continued to be impressed with Bitcoin. Now, I think this is something that we have to talk about. Bitcoin, all right, the dollar's not a safe haven right now. The treasury market's not a safe haven. Is Bitcoin somewhat acting like a safe haven? Again, this is something we talked about a week ago or so when Bitcoin was holding up. Then it kind of over the weekend slipped down. But again, we're seeing it act slightly better than you would anticipate. And so again, the dollar's not a safe haven in treasuries. Well, where do you go? Gold. Of course, gold is an option, but gold's been up significantly. So that's been struggling a little bit, but still probably a safe haven. Is Bitcoin slowly becoming that safe haven? Just food for thought right there, guys. Food for thought. All right. Next up, let's look at Ethereum, because Ethereum's an altcoin, and this is an interesting trend line. Look at this wedge pattern. Look at how this lower trend line on Ethereum is holding. I did pick up a little Ethereum down in this range right down here just because of this on a technical basis, pivot low, and these. Now, listen, it doesn't mean this can't break, but this is one of those interesting wedge patterns that if we test up here and break out, you could get a nice pop. Now, listen, I'm not in the camp that says, hey, in a short amount of time, Ethereum's going back up here. But as a swing trader, do I think it might be able to go back to 2,100, maybe even a little higher? Yeah, which actually would be a 50% move from 1,400 to 2,100 is a 50% move. So this is where swing traders really have this advantage, where if you're in at these lows, while most people might have a higher average, a swing trader can net 50% return by just buying at the lows off technical support and then unloading into resistance, right? I mean, even just to this high end, that's a good 10, 15, 20% move just from these lows. So again, just something to think about right there.
Eric Trump has made a bold call, saying Bitcoin's best days are just ahead. His statement, shared by Vivek Ramaswamy in a recent X post, comes at a time when Bitcoin is regaining momentum after months of volatility. Eric's support is more than just personal enthusiasm. It hints at a wider shift in political and financial circles toward accepting Bitcoin as a serious player in the global economy. As the son of former President Donald Trump, Eric's voice carries weight, especially with the possibility of another Trump administration on the horizon. His comments suggest Bitcoin could move closer to the political mainstream, opening the door for more crypto-friendly policies. This would mean fewer regulatory roadblocks and a stronger push for innovation across the U.S. financial system. Coming off the 2024 halving event and with inflation cooling, Bitcoin is already showing strong signs of recovery. Eric's words tap into a growing belief that Bitcoin is ready to surge, and soon.
Look at the yields here. We have a 10-year yield auction today, 10-year bond auction. All right, this is the most important thing for today, by far, most important thing. The 10-year bond auction at 1 p.m. today. Watch to see the results. How much demand? Maybe one of the things that's going on in the backdoor channeling, the U.S. is saying to Japan, we need you to buy a lot of the debt today to show that we still have demand and keep interest rates down. I'm just speculating here, but they could be saying, hey, you want a trade deal with us? Buy our debt. Buy these treasuries today and keep that yield low. If it's a bad auction, this market is going to panic, folks. All right, so watch 1 p.m. Eastern time, the bond auction. All right, so again, we see the yield spiking up. And remember, when markets fall, generally yields fall because people are running into and buying bonds. That's not happening because, again, globally, we're not seeing the demand from other countries because, honestly, they're just a little pissed at us, frankly, right now. U.S. dollar. Now, the U.S. dollar is a safe haven currency, right? It should be going up, in a safe haven move, as people would be buying globally the dollar to offset the risk. Look at this. It's not. It's right at major support here. This is huge support here on the DXY. So again, listen, we haven't broken, but this is something I'm watching as well. Now, usually I'm more focused on stocks and tradings and this and that. Today, the 10-year yield and the dollar are the most important things we're watching here today. They will dictate the next big move in the market, a rally, a relief rally, or a major continuation of the sell-off. All right, so that's where we are right now, folks. Just flipping back, you can see the S&P is rallying up a little bit. Let's go back to the 10-year. Look at this, guys. The 10-year is starting to come in. So what you're going to see here is as the 10-year comes in, all right, that's going to help the markets get a bid if that continues. So if we could see the 10-year continue to come in, that's why the 10-year auction is so important, because if it goes well, yields will pull back, and then the market can rally off of its lows. All right, let's look at some of these stocks here. Take a look. NVIDIA actually green on the day today. This stock had a nasty reversal yesterday after opening higher. It is coming down, but bouncing a little bit today. So far, so good. I still think eventually it comes down to this level. But listen, the whole market is oversold right now. If you look at Amazon, Amazon's rallying back. But same thing, we look at the daily chart on Amazon. It has come down significantly from its high, retracing. The key is on all of these charts, you don't want a daily close below this low. If you do, then we're going down to this low right down here around 150 on Amazon. All right, Tesla today. Tesla's sitting right on epic support. Again, retraced yesterday. Today, Tesla is catching a small bid here. Yesterday, we closed right here, so we're fractionally green on Tesla. Remember, folks, as I said to you guys the last couple days, I am generally net slightly long the markets here. In fact, yesterday into the close, I rebought QLD, which is a 2X ETF. We took profits yesterday, an $11 gain on QLD, which I think was like 13 or 12% or whatever it was. We then rebought at the end of the day because the markets collapsed. So generally, these markets, I still have some shorts out there, but I do think that quality names like Tesla, NVIDIA, Amazon, Google, those are the types of names that are due for a bounce. But again, it's a short-term bounce. It's not sticking around to see the cows come home, essentially. It's getting in, making 5, 10, 15%, which you could be making in a week potentially, getting the heck out because, again, this economy is slowing down.
Michael Saylor's bold Bitcoin strategy is being tested once again. Strategy Incorporated, the company he co-founded, holds a staggering 528,185 Bitcoins, purchased at an average price of $67,458. Right now, Bitcoin is trading just above $76,000, giving the firm a 13% floating profit. But if Bitcoin falls just 11% from its current level, Strategy could slip into an unrealized loss, putting pressure on Saylor's famously unwavering confidence. Despite the risk, Saylor isn't backing down. He continues to call Bitcoin digital gold and remains convinced that it's the best long-term asset. However, Strategy's latest financial moves hint at a slightly different story. Between March 31 and April 4, the company didn't buy any new Bitcoin, blaming low interest in its equity issuance program. On top of that, Strategy reported nearly $6 billion in unrealized losses for the first quarter of 2025, a rare moment of vulnerability for the Bitcoin giant. If Strategy can't secure more funding through equity or debt, it might be forced to sell some Bitcoin to cover obligations, a scenario that contrasts sharply with Saylor's famous never sell mantra. While this is a common financial disclaimer, it raised eyebrows given Saylor's public commitment to holding Bitcoin forever. Still, Saylor's conviction hasn't wavered. As Bitcoin dipped by about 5.6% in the past 24 hours, Strategy's stock fell over 11% during regular trading and dropped another 3% after hours. Yet Saylor's message is clear. Bitcoin is still king in his eyes. His belief in Bitcoin's future remains unshaken, even as the markets around him continue to churn. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.